Every month we try to pick out the games that the MN team is looking forward to. Hey folks, Mika here from the land and not on most world maps. September is looking to be quite the heavyweight for gamers. Number 1 is, well, the big one. It might kind of surprise you all to hear this, but I personally have very little interest in the game. So I asked the others on our team for what Starfield means to them. And well, you can see their comments here. And for the most part, this is all accurate. For the uninitiated, if you've been loving Under a Rock, Starfield is a Bethesda RPG with a space setting. So you take control of your own custom character with their own background who joins a group of space explorers. And after a brief stint where you encounter an ancient artifact of sorts, the universe is your oyster. Now seriously, the scope of the game is really big. There are multiple systems and planets you can travel to, multiple characters to interact with, multiple factions to join or come in conflict with, ship customizations, companions, skills, weapons, whatever thing you wanted in a space adventure, it's seemingly here. Although Microsoft and Bethesda have kept a tight lip till release, initial reviews all seem pretty good. Alright, number 2 is a bit of an unexpected GameCube remaster. So most of you viewers out there might not know, but back when Baten Kaitos was released, Nintendo did not have much of a market over here in the Maldives. It was primarily dominated by Sony. I, however, through some odd luck, worked at a game store which had one unit exactly, of a GameCube. And well, my initial impressions of Baten Kaitos was that it was, bad. Mostly because of the voice acting.
My name is Larry Kush. I'm the village doctor here at Sebelrai.
But there was always something which kept bringing me back to it. Maybe it was because of how similar it was to Chrono Cross, or how characters all had these wings which were based on the nature of their hearts, or maybe just the extravagant design of the people and the locations you go to, floating in the air like that. But something kept me playing. Sadly, even though the shop had a GameCube, we did not have a memory card, so I never managed to play the first game too far. Being an HD remaster, you're getting a ton of quality of life features, and now we might finally see where this adventure ends. Lies of P takes our number 3 spot for the month, and there's little I can say which hasn't been said about it by other people. The game is a Souls-like, one which is loosely inspired by the adventures of Pinocchio, and as expected, you take control of Pinocchio, a very special automaton who has awoken at a train station. Your job is seemingly to find Geppetto so you can turn human in a city that has been poisoned, turning its inhabitants a bit insane. In a lot of ways, Lies of P feels like much of its inspiration is taken from Bloodborne. Don't at me, Bloodborne players. But developers NeoWiz didn't stop just with that inspiration. Weapon customization seems to take a page out of Vagrant's story, as you can dismantle them into blades and handles, and then reconstruct them as you see fit. Pinocchio also has a customizable prosthetic arm which acts as a special weapon, and you need to keep an eye on weapon durability. Thankfully, he also has his own grinder which he can use to quickly sharpen his blades. Interestingly enough, the story also has a morality system of sorts attached to it, where your ending is fittingly determined by how truthful or how devious you've been in Lies of P. At number 4 is Mortal Kombat 1, a reboot of perhaps the most well-known fighting game in the Maldives. Look, it's been a great year for games, with even more to come, and fighting games have been getting their second wind too. One of the ways they've been doing this is by appealing to new players, and putting aside all the new features that Mortal Kombat 1 has to offer, you know what I hear the most about this game? It's about how this reboot is an alternative dimension to the original. Liu Kang is now the fire god who looks over Earthrealm. Raiden is immortal and the champion this time, both Sub-Zero and the original Scorpion are friends. You have things like the new cameo system and various returning characters, but it's the story which I hear about the most from people who don't even usually play fighting games. And you know what? Props for NetherRealm for the shakeup and for getting the interest of new players. And of course, our last pick is rounding off with the final hard hitter for the month. Although quite abysmal on release, Cyberpunk 2077 largely redeemed itself in the eyes of many fans. Phantom Liberty seems like the expansion to seal the deal for the rest of them. In addition to the large new area called Dogtown, with its own set of main story quests, you have an overhaul to various gameplay systems. You get a new relic tree, revamped cyberware, and perks possibly leading to new playstyles. the inclusion of vehicular combat and an improved police system among other things. All of this along with the appearance of Idris Elba, who plays the role of Solomon Reed, a mysterious agent hell-bent on burning down Dogtown. Phantom Liberty will be available for purchase at $30 and will probably cap off one of the strongest game release months we've had in a while. And that's it for our selection of picks for September. But here's a bonus round. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It's on mobile, but I know more than a few fans of FF7 who are looking forward to this expanded version of their original favorite. There's of course the Sonic Frontiers free content update. Not sure if it can save the blue blur, but it can definitely redeem what a lot of fans disliked about the game, like the final boss. There's also Cocoon by Geometric Interactive, a puzzle adventure game from the creators of Limbo. Another indie for you comfy gamers out there would be Mineko's Night Market, which I personally think has a very endearing art style. And finally, Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai. As a fan of the anime, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's a fun hack-and-slash adventure. And with that, here's Mika signing off.